And I'm Amy, her sidekick.
Oh, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So Wisconsin's open for now.
Well, how does that change what you're doing?
Well, I can have more than 5 people in here, I guess. I don't think there's any restrictions for Sheboygan County because even the restaurant down the block, River Park, they called the city and said, what do we have to do to reopen? And the city said, well, there really are no rules yet. We're still trying to piece that all together. So, yeah, I think the world is in turmoil right now.
Well, I think that's the scariest part about it. I
Yeah.
mean, okay, for example, would I worry if I was coming in by you to pick up some yarn or needles or something like that?
Mhm.
Heck no. All
Right.
right. Because there's not 1,000 people in the joint.
Yeah.
And I mean, to come into a shop like yours, I can wear my mask because I have one and I will.
Okay.
I can use my hand sanitizer as soon as I get out. You know, all of the things that I can do to say protect myself,
Yeah.
I can do easily.
Hmm.
It's not a problem. On the other hand, and this happened last night. I was just one of our favorite restaurants. Okay, the wedding anniversary is next week Friday.
Hmm.
And the old guy wants to go to our favorite restaurant, which has obviously been closed.
Yeah.
Um, and for a while there, I don't know if they are now or not, but they started out offering takeout. Um, but then they stopped, and I don't know why. Um, but it's not in Sheboygan, and it's, a half-hour drive out to Kiel for us to go to this place. And um, so for us to do takeout there,
Yeah. That does.
not feasible. And
Yeah.
Ron said, well, what we could do is like go when it's nice and then go sit in a park and eat.
Mhm.
And that we considered doing.
Yeah.
Well, then last night out of the blue, he says to me, hey, guess what? I got a reservation for us for dinner next Friday night.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know that I want to go.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think in a restaurant. Okay. Every time I've been in this place on a Friday night, the bar's been packed. And I don't know if it's because it's a local watering hole for people that live in that vicinity. I mean, it's possible it is. Um, I can't control that situation. You
Right.
know, I can't. You're putting when I think about going to a restaurant or anywhere for that matter, when I want to put myself at risk, it's about what I can control.
Hmm.
And I can't control how far away the tables will be.
Right.
And it's not a big place.
Hmm.
Um, I can't control how many people are going to be in the bar.
Right.
So I just said to him, I said, I don't know that I want to go.
Yeah. In a
And
restaurant, worse than a bar because if you were just going to the bar, if there was somebody that you thought was coughing and did not look well, you could get up and walk away. A restaurant, what if you just ordered your food? You can't get up and walk away, you know?
so, yeah, so this idea of us going out there, I mean, I'm apprehensive.
Mm.
And he just, I mean, I'm not, I have, and the thing is that Friday night, next week, Friday night, they posted on Facebook that that's the first night they're going to be open. So
Oh,
I know that they're doing some things. So it's going to be the first night they're open. Well, my God, if there isn't anything that's going to have people crawling out of the woodwork to come visit them, it's that, you know?
yeah. And you can't wear a mask to eat and drink.
No. So I don't know. I just don't know what I want to do. You know, and there have been other restaurants like I saw when I got up this morning, I looked at Facebook because I had a message. And I don't usually get up and look at Facebook first thing in the morning, but oh well. Anyways, I looked at it and there are a number of places that says, you know what? We're not opening yet because we don't have any guidance. Well, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
There's no guidance, don't open. And I'll be happy. I mean, we've been doing takeout all along. And I mean, we do takeout Thursday night sometimes. We do takeout, it's usually one night during the week and then always on Friday night. And then if the spirit moves us, we might do it on Saturday night. So we're doing takeout, you know, 3 times a week, maybe. So it's not like I haven't been supporting restaurants because we have been, and I will continue to do that. But I'm just not sure I want to go visit them, and I don't know. Maybe I'm being paranoid, but just the idea of putting myself at risk is just, it's too wide open. It's too, I just need some assurances, I guess, that I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sure as heck wouldn't go to a casino. And the thing is, I saw on the news last night that Potawatomi is staying closed
Yeah.
because they don't have a plan of how they're going to make things safer or not.
Well,
Okay, well, that makes sense.
the whole tribe is closed because I saw it on the Green Bay station. It said Menominee tribe, which I think that one is, isn't it?
Potawatomi downtown, and it's Potawatomi.
But that's a Potawatomi tribe?
Yeah.
Okay, because it said Menominee tribe has their own alert, which is the same as Governor Evers was until May 26th. So the tribe had the closure. Some
Well,
counties are closing. Milwaukee County still has closure rules in effect.
yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So
Well, this week, if we want to change the subject now,
we can.
I was making my quilt.
It's so, did you finish it?
Yep, it's all finished. I bound it with this fabric here. You can see on the edge. So that's around the whole edge. No, not that one. There's another one like it with birds. Oh, down here. This one.
Okay.
That I bound it with. So I got the dark blue binding. It's all ready to go.
So how long did it take you to hand sew that all the way around for that binding?
It was probably 6 hours.
Oh my God, that's a lot of hand sewing.
Yeah, but it's, to me, that's just like you do your mindless stockinette while you're talking or watching TV. That's the same kind of thing for me.
Okay.
So you don't even really notice the time.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's cool.
the quilting itself, it's like one day I pin it and the next day I quilted it. Actually, the quilting I broke up into 2 days, but that's only an hour or two each of those times. It doesn't take real long to do all over design quilting. Now, if you do custom quilting where every block is different, that takes a lot longer.
Okay. I get a question. I was thinking about this quilting and making sure that your lines are in the right place.
Uh-huh.
What if you would use one of those invisible sewing marker things and
Uh-huh.
draw your pattern on your quilt before you sewed it so you knew? I'm just thinking about that whole free motion thing, and I don't want it to be stupid looking as I practice.
Well, then it's not, well, I suppose it is, but it isn't. Usually people use those invisible pens along with a stencil, or you can use like a ruler to make straight lines. But yeah, then you mark out your whole quilt ahead of time, go ahead and quilt it, and then, then take away the marks. You have to probably quilt it pretty quick after you do those marks because they
Yeah.
fade within a couple of days.
Well, yeah, they fade pretty quick. It was just seemed to me that might be a thing I could try
Mm-hmm.
as I'm kind of practicing with this and not sure what I'm doing.
Yeah, the first quilt that I quilted that I did those feathered wreaths, that's what I did is I used a stencil and one of those blue markers that disappear with water.
Okay.
Yeah, it turned out beautiful. And I just marked it one at a time, because it was a wreath about, 8, 9 inches. And so I would mark one, quilt it, and then I'd go mark the next one and quilt it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that was my question on quilting. I have to admit, I'm thinking a lot about this.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you had planned on this summer exploring quilting more.
Yeah, I am. And I've got a class paid for, scheduled, the whole business at Stitches Midwest. Now, if Stitches Midwest is held, obviously it's all on free motion quilting. And if it doesn't, if it's not held, I don't know what I mean, I'm still gonna play with it.
Uh-huh.
Um, I just kind of am like looking forward to school being done.
Yeah.
And it's funny with not going to school every day, but yet having to teach online, school being done, I'm kind of anticipating the end of the year the
Okay.
same way. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, next week, Friday, the 22nd, is a snow day. So I won't have any school that day. And that's kind of a cool thing. So I'm thinking about school being done in the same way. I was actually in school yesterday trying to get my room packed up because I have to move it. So
Mm-hmm.
those of us that are moving our classrooms to a different classroom in the building, we were told to come in and, we were asked, you want to come in and start cleaning it out and getting it ready now? And so I did that. I'm not done yet, but it's too nice today. I'm not going in. I'm going to go visit my mom and just kind of enjoy some sunshine, take the dog for a walk. Yeah, I'm not working in my classroom today. I just don't feel like it. When I got home yesterday, my body was just killing me. I was exhausted. Um, so
Yeah,
yeah, I
I
can
think a
wait.
lot of people, just sat around a lot during this whole safer at home.
I did sit around a lot, probably way too much. So we need to change that.
Yeah.
So you're working on that sweater, I see.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a couple inches longer than the last time I saw it.
Yeah, I'm another color up, so I'll keep plugging away at it.
Well,
I
I have some friends to show you today
Okay.
because when I talked about these, when I actually finished them, they were no longer in the house. So I couldn't show them to you, but they made a return.
Good.
Here is my gnome.
Oh, how
Yeah.
cute.
Isn't that cute? I just
Yeah.
love the way the pastels worked with the orange. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Now what I did with this one, the hat is stuffed with stuffing, but the body is a nice weight and it stands really well
Okay.
because I use the beads,
Okay.
the poly, stuffing beads, and because this is knit in fingering weight yarn on like a size 8 needle, so it's dense. I mean, you literally knit this like at a sock gauge, um,
Okay.
so that the beads don't poke through. So it's all completely safe with no beads falling out. So
Okay.
that was one friend. And then the other friend I couldn't show you was this little guy.
Oh, how cute.
Yes, this is our baby Yoda.
Uh-huh.
Baby Yoda took a trip to Green Bay, but now Baby Yoda came home.
Good.
So the body, oh boy, remember when you closed out that blue sky worsted cotton?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, you had this a while back. Actually, I think there's some, not in the green, but in other colors on the clearance rack still. I
Oh,
might collect that up because that blue sky worsted cotton is one of my favorite yarns for stuffy things.
okay.
So that's what the body is. And you had like 3 skeins, and I didn't know what I was going to do with 3 skeins of worsted cotton, but it's in lime green, my favorite color, so I bought it. And it's been sitting in stash. So, yep, one skein became Baby Yoda. Well, not even. I mean, you don't use that much, but I got about half the skein left, I think. And then this, oh gosh, I don't remember the name of it, but you've got a bunch of it on clearance too. It's that worsted, you have it in red and gold and blue. I knit my basket out of it. It's over on the clearance shelf.
Okay.
But it's a worsted, and it's a really nice yarn. Was it Bergère?
Oh yeah, the Bergère magic.
Yeah. And I'm telling you that I love that yarn for as a worsted weight for things that you don't, it's not a wool, I believe. I think it's acrylic.
Yeah, it's 50. It might be 50-50.
Yeah, but that is what Yoda's robe is.
Okay.
So I have been,
Does the
so
rope
yeah,
come off or that's permanent?
it's permanent.
Okay.
Yeah, the arms actually are high cord that you start with the green and then sew on with the tails. So that's all in one piece. So yeah, it's best. I mean, there it does have a full body and it does come off, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
But then you'd lose the arms.
Okay.
So I don't want to do that.
Right.
If I were going to do this again, I might put some stuffing in the body, that the beads, but I don't know. And then I just sewed on buttons for the eyes.
Okay. Yeah,
But yeah, I made these.
sure you can do that.
Yeah, this was like done in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the other thing I wanted, you know, I guess seeing as though we're talking about making stuffies, I found on Amazon, usually I would take, you know, the fiber fill stuff you buy in the bag. Um, what I found is stuff that's all little chips. And when I use these little chips of stuffing,
Mm-hmm.
it stuffs much more evenly and
Oh,
it's easier. You know, if you use the stuff that you can pull apart, if
yeah.
you use that, you get lumps.
Yeah.
And it's a pain in the butt to get rid of the lumps. Um, yeah, this is Cora's Bear. And this one, I did not use it. And this one gets the worst lumps and unevenness. Like here, you can kind of see in this leg how it's not even.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's because there's a skinny part like right here. That's because that was the lumps that you can pull apart.
Okay.
Whereas if you use these little chips that I bought, you don't get the lumps.
Okay.
Yeah, because like yeah, the hat on this is nicely even with no lumps.
You'll have to show
So
me that stuff sometime.
yeah, so you know there is a bit of an art to making stuffies,
Uh-huh.
um, and I they're fun to do.
Sure.
Um, Cora has got. I've made her monsters. I've made her all kinds of stuffies, but she's one of these kids that absolutely loves stuffies. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I used to do
So
crocheted when my kids were little. I would crochet all their stuffies.
well, you know what? And I think like right now there's those amigurumi things that are crocheted. I
Mm-hmm.
think they're cute. But
Mm-hmm.
you got to, even when you crochet them too, the trick to making them well is to get your gauge really dense. So
Yeah.
usually you go down 2 needle sizes. So I would think in crocheting, you'd go down a couple hook sizes too
Sure.
for what you would usually use with that yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I wanted to show those because I hadn't seen, you know,
Okay.
they made their trip to Green Bay, but they came home. So
Good. What else have you been working on this week?
um, I was somewhat monogamous. I finished, okay, Stash Dash is coming up. So I've up to on my Breathe and Hope, I think I have 4 rows and the bind off. So Breathe and Hope is on the back burner until May 22nd. That's what I'm going to do next Friday when my day off. I'm going to get up and I am going to finish things because it's the first day of Stash Dash.
Okay.
Okay, Stash Dash is on, oh boy, whose podcast?
the
Lala's.
House Girls.
Nah, thank you.
Yeah.
Um, anyways, they start this. It's always starts on Lala's last day of school and goes until her first day back in August. Okay. And so May 22nd, and it's usually the Friday before Memorial Day. And the idea is that you compete for meters of yarn used. But for Stash Dash, the idea is to finish stuff that's already started or use stash. So I do this every summer. So with my Breathe and Hope, I've got those 4 rows in the bind off. If I do those 4 rows and the bind off, then I get the whole project yardage for Stash Dash. Okay. So like now this one, so that's why it's on the back burner. I'm going to finish it next week, Friday. Then this is my Laura Ayler knit along. And I've been working on this. I don't know if you can see the leaf pattern on there.
Only a little bit, not great.
Well, yeah, it's kind of dark in here, you know, and
Yeah.
the yarn is dark, but in real life, you can see it just fine. And this is called The Woods in Winter. And this is my Laura Ayler monthly knit along. And I've got 3.5 repeats to go, I think. And so it'll be a nice size shawl when it's done. I'm almost nearing the end of ball 1 of that yarn. So I got that going on. And I've been working pretty much on that all week. I've been monogamous.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as I got Breathe and Hope to the point where I just had a couple rows that I would save the bind off for Stash Dash, then I switched to this. And then when I get to this one, that final section, last couple of rows, and I'm thinking I'll do that this weekend, then I'm going to put that on the back burner, and then I'm going to pick up a different project so that I'm lining up all these projects that are big so that when I finish them all, next week, Friday or Saturday, depending upon how my day goes. When I finish them all, I can get all that yardage. But actually, Stash Dash is recorded in meters. So like last summer, my goal was 10,000.
Okay.
And I met my 10,000.
Okay.
So yeah. So we'll see how I go with that. Obviously, I'm going to have a big boost from all of these projects finishing up. And then the last thing I'm doing is, okay, I want to talk about our UFO challenge.
Okay.
Yeah. So what a bunch of us did was came up with 12 UFOs or activities, like say organizing your needles, knitting related, came up with 12 things we want to do. So one might be finishing a quilt, another might be finishing a hat, another might be whatever. It's just those UFOs. So I came up with my 12. And then didn't you use the random number generator?
Well, we choose whatever one Dawn was using in her other group.
Okay. So yeah, it's number 1 in this month's case. So on my list, I had this for my number 1. And this has been sitting in unfinished land. I started this for that class. What was the name of the pattern? I gotta look.
Is it mesh?
Meshed. Yeah, meshed.
Okay.
Okay, so I started it because I taught the class out at the shop, and it's, about half done.
Okay.
So this is my number 1 to finish this.
Okay.
And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put a silver pom-pom on it. I think silver would look good on this. It'll at least bring out the silver that's hiding in between the cables.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will finish this probably next Friday. So, I'm just lining up all these projects to finish, for Stash Dash. But that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So anyone who wants to join us, I did on our Ravelry group, I did create a thread for the UFO challenge.
Okay, good.
So it's in there so you can post your projects.
All right. Mine's a quilt, and I really won't get started on it till next week.
Which one are you going to do?
It was the pink one, the pink stripe one
Okay.
that's in the shop on the wall.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep, that was number one on my list.
And then, well, then the next thing on my list to start, once I've got all these UFOs finished, then I'm going to start my descent cowl.
Oh, okay. That's another thing I did this week. I wove in the ends and made kits, put the kits on the website. So we have 4 different colorways out on the website. You can go check it out. I have 2 more left of this color and then a couple other colors. So
That's really pretty.
yeah. Yep, that's what else I did this week. That's about all. But if we do this every week, there's not a lot of stuff I work on in a week. Just a couple of things.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I might cast on something if I get my projects here close enough to um, that last little bit that I'm saving. I did cast on some socks, but um, didn't get very far.
Well, now I have it in my head I want to make a pillow ever since you were talking about pillows. And I was going to make one linen stitch, and I still might. But then somebody was in yesterday and she's been having fun with the Tunisian crochet. I thought, oh, that would make a nice pillow too, because that's a nice sturdy fabric. So
It is, yeah.
either Tunisian crochet or linen stitch or both, I will be making a pillow very soon.
Hmm. See, and I like those entrelac ones you've got in the shop, but I've not done it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've done entrelac.
Hmm.
I've just not done the pillow. So there's this part of me that says maybe I should do one pillow in the feather and fan stripes that I'm doing,
Uh-huh.
and then another one in the same colors, just different. I don't know. Do
Hmm.
I want my pillows matchy matchy or not? Because I'm going to do two. I want them for the couch. So,
I'm going to use the sesame yarn. 'Cause,
oh,
yeah, it's kind of tweedy, but it also stripes a little. I thought that would look kind of cool.
that would be cool.
Yeah. And
Oh,
it's
I
got
should see.
some acrylic in it, so it'll be sturdy too.
Yeah, I should look what colors of the sesame go with my couch. And then I can have one striped
Hmm.
and then one sesame one. I love that sesame yarn. I
Yeah.
was trying to think about what I would want to use for it. Use it for, you know?
Hmm.
But yeah, that'd be a gorgeous pillow.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. It's worsted?
Yes. It's kind of like Cascade 220 though, that thinner worsted.
Okay, so you'd have to tighten up that needle size.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably, I mean, for me, since I'm so loose, I'd have to go down to probably a 4,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
you know? Yeah. Oh, well, big deal. I don't care what size needles I use, but you know,
Yeah.
that would be a gorgeous pillow. Now you got me thinking I might have to stop in.
Hmm.
Jeez, you do this to me all the time.
Oh.
Well, that's okay. I'm perfectly safe with coming in. I'm totally okay with it. I might just come in and get some sesame. I'm going to pick a color that's going to go good with my couch, and I might just do that.
Yeah. I think so. Maybe oh, I'd love to cast it on right now, but I got 3 sweaters on the needles. I really should finish one of those sweaters before.
Well, and the same thing. I got 3 shawls on the needles. I really need to just get these
Mhm.
3 shawls done, and the whole stash dash thing. Well, that's just fine, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, you know what? I could make the stripy pillows for the living room, and then I wanted to do some for downstairs in the family room downstairs. Maybe I'll do the yeah, because I need browns, and I know that there's some really good browns in the sesame.
Mhm. Yeah. There's one with grays and browns mixed. And then I think there's another one with oh, like the big sample. The shell
Yeah,
sample, that brown too.
Yeah.
We got a couple choices.
You know, another one that might be kind of fun to try would be the painted sky.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
You
that
know,
one.
because
Yeah.
painted sky is the thicker one, right?
It's the worsted one.
Yeah, I've got some of that in
Yeah.
some rusts that I was going to knit. That actually I got, yeah, I got here. I bought it. I was going to knit uh, a fractal danger with it.
Oh, okay.
So, but I, I might just have to stop in and I'm going to come in. That's
Okay.
it.
I'll
I
be
need yarn.
I'll be here till 2 or 3, somewhere around there.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go up on my mom, so it's probably right on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. You know what's funny? I needed a fiber fix today. I needed to buy some yarn.
Oh, okay. Good.
But
I can help.
yes, you know, it's funny because I got a couple in my email this morning. I got a couple yarn, indie dyer emails. And I thought, no, I can't spend money right now on indie dyer yarn. It's too expensive, you know? And I just thought, no. And I resisted the urge. But that doesn't mean my fiber, itch went away.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, well, okay, that does it. I'm going to come in.
Okay.
So between two, you're out of there by 3. That's okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to go by my mom earlier today anyway. So yeah. All right. Sounds good. Well, then I'll see you later.
All right. Well,
Okay.
any other projects or things you need to show here?
No, I got my third shawl. No, I don't have it around here.
Okay.
And it's funny. Okay, so this week, Cora is here this week because she and her mom and dad have been, taking turns alternating.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's here this week. So I'm looking at all of the stuff around my house.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole lot messier.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, hey, did you ever show these?
No, I had them in the newsletter, but I don't think I ever showed them here.
Here's my new project bag created by Joanne. This one it says, I'm just naturally glamorous. And I love the lamb on it because it's pink. So these are new in the shop too.
Mm-hmm.
So made by Joanne.
Yep. And right now there's only one left in the shop, but I will be continually making them, so they'll be back. Just, probably I only get 1 or 2 made a week is about all the time I have. But yeah, they'll constantly be here.
I think I might come in someday in summer when I'm out of school and and
Hmm.
maybe have a little bit more time. I want you to teach me how to do these.
Okay.
I'll bring my machine and then um, we'll make some bags.
Okay.
I just feel like I don't know. I'm not very good with the zipper
Oh.
and um, and I like how you have everything completely enclosed. There's
Hmm.
no ends. Some of my project bags, that are done with there's ends on the inside. And sure they do a good job of seam finishing. It's not like they're fraying or anything like that. But I like them completely enclosed.
Yeah.
So
The only
that's
one
something.
I leave a seam exposed is those triangle ones, those weird shapes.
Yeah,
They're kind of like a half a fortune cookie. Yeah.
right. I know which ones you mean. I've got one.
Those I haven't figured out how to completely enclose them. So they do have uh, seams in them. But all the rest of the bags I make, there's no seams showing anywhere, no raw edges.
Yeah. So see, there's another class. Project Bag Making 101.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't think we'll have any formal classes in the shop till at least September, and knit night probably not till then either. People are welcome though to just stop in and have impromptu knitting sessions anytime. We'll just have to limit it to, less than 5 people or something like that.
well, yeah, we can wait and see what happens. I mean, especially, you know, I think we as a greater society need to see what happens if, you know, we just open things up and it becomes this free for all, like it was on the bar stools across the state of Wisconsin on Wednesday night. If it becomes this free for all, let's face it, there's going to be a hell of a lot more virus being shared
Mhm.
than would have been otherwise. And,
Yeah.
you know, the idea that we had to get everything open and become a free for all was, well, yeah, we don't have any virus. Nobody bothered to stop to think that the reason we didn't have virus is because we were staying home. Hello, you
Right.
know? So, I mean, it just blows my mind that people can be so against research and science and what the data shows.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, it blows my mind. And the funny thing is I've not necessarily been a researcher by any means, but even when it comes to what we do at school, I make instructional decisions based on what my data shows me, what the kids are able to do, what I see them doing, you know? Well,
Hmm.
that makes sense, you know, when you're trying to, and the thing is, when you're trying to problem solve something,
Hmm.
that problem solving is research. You're figuring out what's going to work and what won't. And I don't know, it just seems logical to me. You got to go with what the data shows.
Hmm.
So, oh well, my soapbox. What's a podcast without soapbox? Gosh, heaven forbid, you know?
All right.
So,
Okay. Well,
okay.
we'll take off for today. We'll see you next Friday again. If you can break away from all your stash or stash stashing, yeah, next Friday morning.
I will. I'm going to show them to you. I'll have them all lined up. Who knows? Might even get up at midnight just to start finishing.
Oh, you goofball. Okay.
Yeah, I know. All righty. We'll talk to you
Bye.
soon, and I'll probably be in later. All righty.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.